before the class, please try and finish that you have learn and practice on your portal, right? The 88 portal. So try and watch the video before class so you know at least what we're going to be learning. And also try and do the 30 questions, the practice. How many of you have done the 30 questions already? You've done very good. Oh, all three of you have done very. What about Nicholas? I know I can't see you, but have you done? You can unmute and speak.
Yep.
Yes, you have. Okay, fantastic. So all of you have done. So all of you know the answers already, right? You all know all the answers already, right? Okay. So let's see if you actually know why. Let's find out I'm going to see if you actually know why the answers are as they are. All right. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go through 10 MCQ questions first, which was what you did in your practice. Then we're going to go through 10 vocabulary questions, and then we're going to do synthesis and transformation. So that's what we're doing for today's lesson. But before that, we're going to start with grammar. Now, do you know what is grammar? What is grammar? What does grammar mean? I know teacher always say grammar, grammar, grammar. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, grammar. What is grammar? Who knows what's grammar? Anyone knows? Who knows Instagram? Ah, see? Who knows Telegram? Very good. Now, if you notice, I'm going to write, see if you can you see the screen? You can see, right? Okay, Telegram, Instagram. Can you tell me what do the words here have in common? What's the common thing?
Gram.
Very good. Well done. You see, gram, gram. And what does grammar start with?
Gram.
Yes. So what is grammar? What is grammar? Gram means the written word. So it comes from the written word in Greek. It means words that are written, what you write, okay, or you type, okay. So tele means something far away. So telegram is called telegram because you're talking to people far away from you and you're using words. You're using English to speak, right? So telegram. Insta means very fast. It comes from the word instant, right? And then grammar, gram, okay, it means basically making sure your sentences make sense. Okay, so grammar is very important so people actually understand what you're saying. If not, they don't know what you're saying if you use the wrong tense, okay, if you use the wrong word. So that is what grammar is. So next time if people ask you what is grammar, you should be able to tell them. It means, what does it mean? I just told you, what does it mean? What is written or spoken?
Written.
Very good. Yes. What is written? Okay. So grammar means what is written. So let me erase this. Okay. Now, before we go to the questions, you need to know certain things so that you will actually understand the questions clearly. The first thing I'm going to write is this. What is this word?
Nouns. Noun.
Yes. What are nouns?
Things, place, people.
Yes, they are name. Yes, very good, Lavinesh. They are naming words, right? You name people, places, things, animals. Anything that you put a name to it. So is Lavinesh a noun? Yes or no? Is your name a noun? Yes or no? Yes, yes, I see Jessie shaking her head. Yes. Is Jessie a noun?
Yes.
Yes, all your names are noun because it's a naming word, right?
Including
is table
yours.
a noun? Yes, including mine. Is table a noun? Is table a noun? Yes. Is chair a noun? Is dog a noun? Yes, very good. So anything with a name is nouns. You need to know this is very important. Okay, I asked primary 6 so they cannot tell you what are nouns. Very sad. Now, what are verbs? Anyone? Nicholas, what are verbs? Do you know what's verbs, Nicholas?
Things that you do.
Oh, yes, Jessie, thank you very much. Yes, action, they are action words, things that you do. Very good, okay? So anything that you do, okay, I run, I swim, I sing, I'm speaking, right? Those are words. Those are actions, so those are verbs. Now, last one, what are adjectives? What are adjectives?
Describing the verb.
Very good. So if you forget, just look at this word add. Add sounds like the plus sign, right? Add. I add. 1 + 1 = 2, right? So add. So what are you adding to? You're adding to the verbs you're describing. For example, long table. Long is a adjective because it's describing the table, right? So sorry, not describing the verbs, describing describing the nouns. I confused you. It's describing the noun. So long table, I'm describing how long the table is, right? So that is an adjective. It adds to the noun, okay? Verbs, when I actually describe words, it's called adverb. So you're not going to look at that for today. You just need to know nouns, verbs, adjective. So adjectives are describing verbs. Later, I will ask you what these three means. Let me see if you remember, okay? So adjectives, describing words. Verbs, action words. Nouns are naming words. By the way, because of the lack of time, I didn't get to show you Class Dojo and your points. But each of you, as for not whether you got correct or wrong answers, but as long as you respond, as long as you participate in class, I will add points to your Class Dojo, which I will show you next lesson when you come in slightly earlier, okay? So that is there for now. So I will later ask you again, what are nouns, what are verbs, what are adjectives? Remember, nouns are naming words, okay? Verbs are action words, and adjectives describe the nouns. Any questions? No? Okay, very good. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so like I mentioned, okay, by the way, for PSLE, MCQ, do you know how many marks is this?
No.
No? 1 mark? Do you say 7 marks? No, it's not 1 mark. It's 10 marks, okay? They are good. For PSLE, grammar MCQ is part of paper 2. There'll be 10 questions. Each question is 1 mark, altogether 10 marks. Vocabulary MCQ, do you know how many marks is this going to be? How many marks is going to be vocabulary? 5 marks. There are going to be 5 questions. Each question is going to be 1 mark. But for this class, we're going to do 10 questions, okay? And synthesis and transformation will be 10 marks, but 5 questions, which means 1 question is 2 marks, okay? So these 2 will be 5 marks. 5 questions, 5 questions. Going to be 10 questions, all right? Just for you to know. Okay, now let's go to the class. Okay, today's grammar focus. We are learning about preposition. Do you know what is preposition? Who knows what is a preposition? What is this? Anyone? Okay, one way to remember what is preposition is the word position. Do you know what's position? Who knows what is position?
A place.
Yes, where something is. Very good. Is that Nicholas? Was that Nicholas? Thank you. Yes, thank you for answering. Yes, so it's a place where something is, right? So there are many kinds of preposition. Let me change my drawing pen color. I want to change color. I'm bored of this color. Okay. All right. So preposition, there are many kinds, okay? The first kind tells you where something is. Where? Where is your water bottle? On the table. Can you see my water bottle? On the table, right? So where is your water bottle? Is on the table. Where are you? You are in your room, or you're in your hall, or wherever you are, right? So it tells you where something is. So those words like over, under the table, okay, around, above, below, all of these are where prepositions. Second kind of preposition is when, which means it tells you the time. After dinner, I enjoy reading a good book. Who likes to read books? Is it just me? Okay, Lavinesh likes. Jessie likes to read book. Very good. And Ayat is missing. I don't know where she went, but yes. And Nicholas, do you like to read books?
Maybe.
Maybe. That sounds like a no. It's either yes or no. Okay, so when? So it tells you at what time, okay? Please come to lesson on time. So it tells you when, right? On time. So that's when. Third kind of preposition tells you movement, meaning you're moving from one place to another place. I want to point out one very important preposition that people always get confused with, and that is in and into. Do you know what's the difference between in and into? They're not the same thing. What does into mean? Anyone knows what's into? Who can give me a sentence with the word into? Anyone? Jessie? Give me a sentence with the word into. No? I am walking into the room. So I'm moving from one place to another. Yes, I see Lavinesh. Yes, you can give me a sentence. I see your mom shaking you or somebody is shaking you. It's okay.
Nobody's shaking
Or
me.
sister, your sister. I don't know. I'm talking to Jessie. Yes, Lavinesh, you raise your hand. You wanted to say something?
I am walking into my mother's room.
Yes, very good. So into means movement. Can I say I'm walking in my mother's room? Can I say I'm walking in my mother's room? Yes or no? No, you cannot say I'm walking in my mother's room, right?
So that means like you're inside the room and you're walking inside her room.
Yes, yes. The difference is, those are right here. So in means you're telling me where something is. Like Lavinesh is in his room. I will use the where preposition because it tells me where you are in. You're in the room, right? But if I'm saying what you're moving from one place to another place, I will say Lavinesh is walking into his mother's room. That's movement. Okay, so in and into are not the same. This is one preposition that kids always get confused with. So take note of, okay? If you're moving from one place to another place, it's into. Otherwise, it's in. Other movement words are like along the street, okay? Across the street, right? So these are telling you where you're moving from one place to another place, okay? And of course, there are other kinds of prepositions, but just these three for today. Where, when, and movement, okay? So let's go to the next slide. Oh, I realized that you didn't see the screen. Did you see this? You didn't see this, right? Okay, now you see. Sorry, I didn't shift the slide. So where, into, when. So now you can see the slides. Okay. Now let's go to the next slide. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so here are some examples of prepositions: in, into, from, between, blah blah blah. Okay, what's the function of prepositions? They tell you where something is, when, and I'll write it here. So the function, to simplify this, where, when, and movement. Okay, so position, okay, time, and you're moving from one place to another place. So there are going to be a few. Pay attention to this screen, is very important because the answer for one of your grammar MCQ is going to be based on this. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Okay, walk along. I walk along. That means I'm walking from one place to another place in a constant direction. If I'm going to change left and right, center and above and all of that, is not walk along. Okay, it has to be one constant direction. It's usually used with walk along a beach. Okay, walk along a corridor, a park. Okay, so that's how it's usually commonly used. Okay, another one which I already explained, walked into. I walk into a room, right? It's a movement into a building, into a whatever. Walk in. Have you heard a teacher say, please walk in twos? Whose teacher got said that before? Please walk in twos. Yes, the teacher got said before, right? Walk in twos, which means you're forming two straight lines. So that's where you use walk in. Okay. What about the next one? Walk through. Now, children always get confused with walk through and walk along. What's the difference between walk through and walk along? Who knows?
Through means you go inside the place. You walk like that.
Yes, you walk like this, right? Through something. If it's a tree here, and then there must be an exit. Okay, most importantly, there must be an exit. If there's no exit, okay, you're not walking through something. You walk through a tunnel. You through a tunnel because you can come in, the car can go in, you can come out, right? So there's an exit. Okay, a tunnel, auditorium. So those things you say walk through. Last one, walk over. Now this one is very, very mean, very, very naughty. If for example, if I say people walked all over Miss Nisha, that means they don't treat me with any respect. They bully me, okay? So that's not a very nice thing to do, right? Will you? So whenever somebody says, people walk all over him and do not respect his views at all, that means they are very inconsiderate, okay? They abuse him. They're not nice to him, okay? So that's what walk over him means, okay? So it's a completely different meaning, but it's used together. So the ones highlighted in green, those are the prepositions: along, into, through, over. So having said that, let's see if you can